everyone, I'm Sam and welcome to my BookTube channel. I've been so inspired by so many book creators that I follow and I really wanted to be part of the book content space. So since I'm new here, I wanted to do the BookTube newbie tag. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe and thumbs up this video and follow me on my book talk and my bookstagram, and I'll have the information listed down below. But yeah, let's get started. So first question, why did I start this BookTube channel? So I started this channel technically about 10 years ago, which is kind of wild to say, but I've always loved being able to create content, and I was always really inspired by different YouTubers that I subscribed to, like Alicia Marie, Remy Ashton. And initially when I started this channel too, I feel like I didn't really have any direction of where I wanted to take it, but recently, as of last year, I fell back in love with reading again, which I've always been a reader since I was a kid, but I kind of fell out of it when I was in college and everything. So I'm excited to just have this channel be a space where I can talk and yap about books as much as possible. So bookstore vlogs, reading recommendations, like what I've read in a month, my favorite fantasy series and things like that, and then also maybe sprinkling a little bit of conversations about mental health and self-care, lifestyle and vlogs, things that make up my daily lifestyle. Question number 2. What are some fun and unique things that I can bring to BookTube? Ooh. I want to make sure that I bring as much of me as possible into my content and just showing my full personality, maybe a little bit dash of anxiety, some fun, some joy, some jokes, and just a safe space in general for all of us book friends to come together. Question number 3. What are you excited about for this channel? I'm excited to get back into creating content, specifically content about books and a little bit of lifestyle content here and there. I had a conversation with my mom and therapist recently, and I just feel like the spark was reignited within me. That's something that I haven't really felt in a really long time, so it makes me really happy to be back here and doing what I love and getting to meet all of you in this BookTube and book community space. I'm so excited to be creative again, and I feel like my brain is just like coming up with so many different video or content ideas that I want to post on like my BookTube channel or like on TikTok or Instagram and everything like that. And it just, I don't know, it just feels so good to feel this again, and I'm gonna try to post once a week, so I'm excited to have y'all here on this journey with me and just see where this year takes us. Question number 4. Why do I love reading? I love it so much because I get to build these incredible worlds in my head. I get to be with all my favorite characters and experience the emotions that they're feeling and be a part of the journey that they are on, and I just love being able to escape into a different reality. I've also just like really enjoyed getting to annotate my books and highlighting different quotes that speak to me. I love making different Spotify playlists for some of my favorite books. Like I've made one for the Fourth Wing Empyrean series, ACOTAR. I've made one for Throne of Glass. I've also made some for a few of like my favorite romance books, like Love on the Brain by Ali Hazelwood, Love Light Farmers by B.K. Borison. So it's just like always nice whenever I get to listen to these songs, or if I'm driving or if I'm working out and I listen to one of these playlists, I feel like it just like immerses me back into like my favorite book and everything. It's the best. Question number 5. What book or series got me into reading? I feel like when I was in middle school, I remember really loving like the Junie B. Jones books. I read a lot of the Nancy Drew books, the series Unfortunate Events. I loved The Click and then the spin-off called The Alphas. And then in high school, I would say I was in my dystopian and like fantasy era then, and I read the entire series of The Hunger Games, Twilight. I got into Harry Potter in high school. I read the Divergent series, but I also still loved my romance and everything. So I believe I read all the To All the Boys I Loved Before series in high school, and then some of the different like John Green books like Looking for Alaska, Fault in Our Stars, Paper Towns. And then I fully got back into reading actually last April. One of my best friends, Audrey, she got me Fourth Wing for my birthday last year, And I remember her and my friend Tiffany were like excited about it, and they were like yapping about it and everything. And I hadn't started it yet, and so I finally started it I think like last April, and I was just obsessed with it. Like I ate every single page up. Zayden was my very first, and he's also in the top 10 book boyfriends. And yeah, I just like could not put that book down. Like once I finished it, I had to jump into Iron Flame. I also still need to read Onyx Storm. We haven't done that yet, but we will soon. Question number 6, what challenges will you face starting book 2? I feel like I don't ever want to lose that genuine love and passion that I have for reading. It's always been an escape for me for no matter what I'm going through, so I always want to make sure that I'm protecting that genuine love that I have for it. And with that, I don't want to pressure myself to make a certain type of content or challenges. I want my content to feel as genuinely me as possible. And then I also feel like I'm a little bit awkward and a very anxious person, but we were working on that in therapy. I think also I get a bit worried if like maybe my opinion on a book is an unpopular opinion, but I recognize too that everyone has their own book taste and their own opinion, and I'm also open to hearing what you guys think of books and just like having like a healthy communicative space here. Question number 7, where do you love to read? That would be mostly on my bed, cuddling next to my dog, and underneath like all my blankets, preferably at nighttime too. Question number 8, when did you start reading? I feel like I kind of answered this earlier, but honestly since I was a kid, like I can't remember a time when I wasn't reading. And last question is, what kind of books do you love to read? I would say romantic and fantasy is like my top favorite genre, but I also really do love romance books. I love a good like little rom-com moment, but this year in particular I really want to branch out and like try other genres. So I've gotten into quite a few memoirs so far. I've also read a few different like mystery and like thriller books. I really want to expand on that and like maybe try some like non-fiction, a few fiction books too. I also like to diversify how I read books, so I feel like for the most part I'm usually reading 2 to 3 books at a time. I think that's normal, I don't know. I'm usually reading like a physical book, and then I'm reading on my Kindle, and then I'm also listening to an audiobook at the same time. I mainly like to read fantasy as like a physical book because I like to annotate and everything, and then I like to read romance either on like my Kindle or listen to it as an audiobook. And then with audiobooks, I've listened to like a few different memoirs on there. So that was a lot of yapping on my part, but I am so excited for this channel and to have you all here with me. And I'm just like so excited to be making content again. So yeah, thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you all next time. Bye!